Myself, Dr. VNS Venkateswara, working as an associate professor from the Department of Chemistry in Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. So today I would like to give the topic on the definitions and terminology of the water technology. So first of all, we see the definitions and terminology of the water technology with respect to the importance of the water. So first one, define hardness of the water. So that means hardness of the water is the characteristic which prevents the lathering of the soap. That means this is due to the presence of the salts of the calcium, magnesium and other heavy metals dissolved in the water. So generally the water which doesn't give the lather with soap because of the salts of bicarbonate, salts of calcium and chlorides and sulfate salts of calcium and magnesium also. What are the sources of the water? There are mainly three sources of the water: rainwater, river water, spring water and sea water also. The most impure source of the water is nothing but sea water, and the purest source of the water is nothing but a river water. So this is the purest source and this is impure source. Okay, and what is hard water? Water which doesn't produce the lather with soap solution readily and it forms white curd is called as a hard water. So generally soap is nothing but a sodium salts of fatty acid. That means C17 H35 COO N. When it reacts with the salts cause the hardness of the water. What happens? For example, calcium chloride salt. This is nothing but a one of the salt to cause the hardness of the water, and it gives the white curdy precipitate. That means it reacts with C17H35 COO with Ca plus NaCl. That means if you can take 2 moles of the C17H35 COO, sodium salt of fatty acid, it reacts with the calcium chloride to give calcium stearate. It is nothing but a white curd precipitate. Okay, and to give 2 moles of the NaCl. Okay, so this is the phenomena of the white curd precipitate. And what is the soft water? That means water which lathers easily and shaking with soap solution. It is called a soft water. And what are the temporary hardness causing salts? That means the temporary hardness causing salts nothing but carbonates and bicarbonates of the calcium and magnesium. For example, calcium bicarbonate and magnesium bicarbonate. These are the formulas. Okay, what are the permanent hardness causing salts? Nothing but the permanent hardness causing salts are the sulfates, nitrates and chlorides of calcium and magnesium. So that means, for example, if you can see calcium sulfate or calcium chloride and magnesium sulfate and magnesium chloride. Okay, and what are the total hardness causing salts? So that means the total hardness is nothing but it involves the both temporary and permanent hardness. Total is the combination of temporary and permanent. So that means there are 8 different hardness causing salts. That means they are calcium bicarbonate, magnesium bicarbonate, calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate, calcium nitrate and magnesium nitrate. And what is the degree of the hardness? That means the degree of the hardness is defined as the amount of the hardness causing salt by molecular weight of the hardness causing salt into 100. So that means this is the in terms of calcium carbonate equivalence. So because the calcium carbonate has molecular weight exactly 100 and it is the most insoluble salt. What are the various units of the hardness? There are totally 4 units of the hardness. One is parts per million, and second one is nothing but milligrams per liter, and third one is the Clark's degree, and fourth one is the Frenchy degree. Okay, and define parts per million. The number of the parts of by weight of the calcium carbonate equivalence of hardness causing salt present in 1 million parts of the water. So that means nearby 10 power 6 parts. 1 by 10 power 6 parts. Okay, define milligram per liter. So that means the amount of the calcium carbonate equivalent hardness causing salt in milligrams in 1 liter of the water, taking density of the water as unity, and 1 kilogram of water at 4 degrees centigrade is equal to 1 liter. So that means 1 kilogram of the water is equal to 10 power 6. It becomes number of the parts of the hardness causing salt in 1 million parts of the water, which is equal to the parts per million. So that means 1 ppm should be equal to 1 milligram per liter. One milligram per liter. So define degree Clark. The number of the grains of the calcium carbonate equivalent of hardness causing salt present in 1 gallon of the water are the number of the parts by weight of the calcium carbonate equivalents of hardness causing salt present in 70,000 parts of the water. That means the ratio should be equal to 1:70,000. And what is the degree of the define degree French? That means the number of parts by weight of the calcium carbonate equivalents of hardness causing salt present in 10 power 5 parts of the water. That means nearly 1 lakh parts of the water. So what is a complexometric method? So complexometric titration is a form of volumetric analysis wherein a colored complex is used to indicate the end point of a reaction. That means the color change nothing but wine red to blue. And what are the types of the hardness? Mainly there are two types of the hardness. One is temporary hardness and second one is the permanent hardness. So temporary hardness is caused by the bicarbonate salts of the bicarbonates salts of calcium and magnesium. The permanent hardness is caused by the chlorides and sulfates salts of calcium and magnesium. Okay, and what is the principle of the EDTA method? It binds the metal ions in water to give stable chelate complex. Hence, it is called complexometric titration method. That means when metal ion reacts with the EDTA to give metal EDTA complex. So this metal may be either zinc, calcium, magnesium, etc. Okay, why is pH 10 buffer is used in EDTA titration? That means EDTA is the insoluble in water at low pH because H4Y is predominant in that pH less than 2. With increasing pH, that means each hydrogen ion in the carboxyl groups of the EDTA will start to dissociate. That means as we need to react with the metal ions present in the titration of the solution, we use the pH 10 buffer, so the ammonium chloride solution. That means at pH 10, the resultant complex should be stable and color change from the wine red to blue takes place at pH 10. So write the full form of EDTA and EBTA. EDTA is nothing but a ethylene diamine tetraesteric acid. EBT is nothing but a erythrom black tea. And what are the impurities present in the water? So nothing but suspended matter and dissolved substances, colloidal impurities and sand organic impurities present in the water. What is the expression of the hardness? Hardness of the water is expressed in terms of the calcium carbonate equivalence. Why? Because the molecular weight of CaCO3 equal to 100 and CaCO3 is most insoluble salt in water. Okay, so what are the disadvantages of ion exchange process? The ion exchange process are the expensive and cost of the purification is high. And what is the softening of the water? So that means the process whereby we remove or reduce the hardness of the water, irrespective of the whether it is the temporary or permanent, it is termed as a softening of a water. And what is the potable water? So drinking water is also known as a potable water. Water which is used for the human consumption is called potable water. So especially it should be applicable for the domestic purpose. And what is the screening? So that means the water is passed through the screens having large number of the holes in it to remove the floating impurities like wood and leaves. That means with respect to the pressure of the water passes through a force of a screens, it should be filtration takes place. And what is the filtration? So that means filtration helps to remove the colloidal and suspended impurities not removed by the sedimentation process. That means in previously we applied the sedimentation process. The sedimentation process is nothing but takes place with respect to gravitational force. The impurities cannot be removed by the sedimentation process, so that should be removed by the filtration process. And it contains totally three layers: sand layer, gravel layer, and uniform grain size layer. With respect to applying these three layers, the filtration process takes place. And what is the sedimentation? Water is allowed to stand undisturbed for 2 to 5 hours in a large tanks. So that means big sitting tanks. That means whenever the water should be stored in big sitting tanks, what happens? The large particles will be settled down at the bottom of the tank with respect to gravitational force. So define chlorination. The process of applying calculated amount of the chlorine to water in order to kill the pathogenic bacteria is called chlorination. In chlorination, we observe the hypochlorous acid. It will be useful to kill that germs and bacteria. And what is the breakpoint chlorination? The amount of the chlorine required to kill bacteria and to remove organic matter is called breakpoint chlorination. And what is sterilization? So destruction of harmful pathogenic bacteria from drinking water is called sterilization or disinfection. And what is ozonization? So this method, ozone is passed into water which acts as a disinfectant. Ozone is unstable isotope of the oxygen, produces the nascent oxygen which is a powerful disinfectant. That means when ozone decomposes to give oxygen plus nascent oxygen, so this can be acts as a disinfectant. Okay. And what are the chlorines? So chlorine is mixed with ammonia in the ratio of the 2:1 by volume to form a stable chloramines. That means NH2Cl, NHCl2, all are the examples for a chloramines. And name any two coagulants. That means coagulants like alum, sodium aluminate, and salts of the iron are used to clot the water or impurities. And what is actional treatment? The treatment given to water for the removal of the hardness causing salts before it is taken into the boiler is called actional treatment of the water. What are the cation exchange regions? So cation exchange regions are capable of exchanging their H plus ions with ions of the dissolved salts. For example, styrene, divinyl, benzene. So these are the capable of exchanging the cationic impurities like calcium and magnesium. And what is anion exchange regions? Anion exchange regions are capable of exchanging their OH minus ions with anions of dissolved salts like phenyl formaldehyde resins. That means these salts are applicable to remove the chlorides and sulfates impurities from the sample of the water. And what is internal treatment of the hard water? So the softening of the water carried out inside the boiler is called internal treatment of the water. So in this process, the hardness causing dissolved salts were prevented. Define deionized water. So that means water coming out from the exchangers, it is free from cations as well as the anions. So ion-free water is known as the deionized or demineralized water. What is treatment of the water? So the process of removal of hardness causing salts from the water. And what is coagulant? Coagulants are a substance which cause particles in liquid to curl or clot together. What are the chemicals used for the regeneration of ion exchange process? That means the chemicals used for the regeneration of ion exchange process is nothing but a hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide. Hydrochloric acid is a regeneration for a cation exchanger, and sodium hydroxide is used for the anion exchange present in the ion exchange process. Thank you.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.